All right. LDVC, this is your boy, the Coach. You're live on the Coach Show, the Coach Show live. Well, okay, folks. Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. Tyson Fury, it appears that he's going to have to fight Deontay Wilder a third time. Man, Deontay Wilder done effed up every one of Tyson Fury plans. He done effed that all up. I mean, Tyson Fury thought that he was going to possibly get this fight with AJ and probably have some kind of big UK showdown. And, it would have been a big fight. Him versus AJ would have been a big fight. I mean, I think it would have done pretty decent numbers. I mean, don't y'all think? But, Tyson Fury was really hoping for some big UK showdown. Well, now, he's not going to get that. It's just not going to happen. Okay? The AJ Fury fight off, and I think Wilder has something to do with that. Now, I don't blame Deontay Wilder. They were supposed to fight a third time anyway. Deontay Wilder wanted his third fight. And in Tyson Fury mind, guys, I can't say Tyson Fury is afraid to fight Deontay Wilder. I can't even say Tyson Fury afraid to lose to him. I'm just saying, I can't say that. I can't say it because he's fought the man twice. I think in Tyson Fury's mind, in his mind, he feels like, hey, I dominated Deontay Wilder. Why do I have to fight him again? And let's put Glovegate aside. Let's put everything that we think. Because, yes, I think there was something suspect with the gloves. Guys, I do. All the other stuff, I don't know about the spiked water. I don't know about egg weights. I don't know. But I do know that there was something wrong to me, in my opinion. I don't care what you think. In my opinion, I think that there was something suspect with the gloves that he had on. That's just what it is. But in Tyson Fury's mind, he believes that he dominated Deontay Wilder. That's what he believes. He believes that he dominated Wilder, and guess what? In his mind, he feel like, why do I have to fight him again? I beat him. I beat him decisively. So that's what Tyson Fury is thinking. He's not afraid of Deontay Wilder. He's not afraid to fight him. If he was afraid to fight him, he would have never fought him the first two times. Like, I don't get that logic when people say Fury is afraid. No, he's not afraid. But Deontay Wilder is entitled to his third fight because it was a rematch clause in the contract. He's entitled to that. And I don't blame Deontay Wilder for fighting for that cause, for fighting for that rematch clause. I don't blame him for doing it. That's what he should have did. Any true warrior wants to fight the person that defeated him. Any true warrior wants that. If Deontay Wilder was really such a crybaby and such a coward, he wouldn't be trying to push for this fight again. Okay, he wouldn't push for this fight again. He wouldn't do it. This is a dangerous fight for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. This is a dangerous fight for both of these guys. And when you fight these kind of fights, man, these are the kind of fights that we're getting in the sport of boxing. This is what we want. The heavyweights, they seem to want to mix it up with each other. Like Wilder Fury, I think that's the best that you can get. Maybe Fury AJ is good, or Wilder AJ will be a good fight. But the heavyweights now, they seem to want to smoke with each other. And guys, that's good for boxing. It's very, very good for the sport. I don't see nothing wrong with the fight. If the fight happened and Fury can't get the fight with AJ, okay, great. Do we still got a really big, huge fight with Wilder Fury 3? That's going to be a big fight, y'all. Okay, it's going to be a big fight. And I'm pretty sure it may do 1 million or so pay-per-views that the fight, even in this era of piracy, it's probably still going to do over 1 million pay-per-views, y'all. It's probably going to do it because this fight is an anticipated fight. A lot of people want to see Wilder and Fury 3. Guys, you got to admit, the first two fights, they were entertaining. Okay, this wasn't a boring fight. This fight was exciting the whole way until the fight ended. Both fights. So it is what it is. I don't really, care too much about politics. I don't really care much about that. Yeah, I want to see the fight. I actually want to see this fight. Man, but Tyson Fury tried to get away with that, man. That arbitration, somebody working with Wilder, man, they were real smart. Somebody actually knew what would happen, and somebody was, they were 2 steps ahead of Team Fury. Because somebody had to figure out how to work the details of this arbitration out, and somebody knew exactly what they were doing. Somebody knew what the hell they were doing to get this thing done in Wilder's favor. So they're ordering Tyson Fury to fight Deontay Wilder. And, Tyson Fury could probably try to duck the fight. I don't know the penalties. I don't know what the penalties will be. If Tyson Fury decides to, not fight Wilder and just fight somebody else anyway. I don't know if there's going to be a big, heavy financial penalty towards Team Fury that they got to pay out. We don't know. But evidently the penalties are high for Tyson Fury to pull out of the AJ fight because Fury, they just announced that, he was going to be fighting AJ over in Abu Dhabi some damn where. or wherever he said they were going to be fighting. He announced it, and he was laughing and crying. But that fight's off. That fight's gone. It's off. Okay, that fight's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It is what it is, folks, you know. Tyson Fury going to have to see the man. He's going to have to see this man again, and he's going to have to fight him again. I think fight 3 is going to be better than fight 2. I think Wilder coming out this time, I think he's going to be a little bit more competitive. And I even think some of the measures that Tyson Fury took, I don't think that he's going to be able to get away with some of the stuff that he's been able to get away with. Because, number one, they're going to monitor Fury. They're going to monitor his gloves. They're going to monitor that stuff heavy, guys. They're going to do it. And, you know, more than likely, they're probably going to have somebody following Tyson Fury till he get in the ring. I mean, that would be me. That would be my team. If there was an issue like last time with the gloves, there's no way that I have a member on my team with Tyson Fury at all times. They will follow him to the ring, and they'll do what they got to do. But it won't be Tyson Fury being free and reckless to do whatever he want to do. And I think that's the thing. I think that, you know, part of that too, man, you know, Fury got exposed, man. He got exposed by several people. And this man has a history of tampering with his gloves, folks, whether you like it. I mean, the information, the facts are out there. It's out there. Several fights. The man, you know, I mean, he's got an issue. He's got a history of tampering with his gloves. That's just what it is. But in his third fight, he probably wouldn't be able to do that. And probably anybody else that fight him, you better believe that they're going to monitor his gloves. I promise you, they're going to monitor this man's gloves. They're going to make sure the glove is all the way on his hand. They're going to make sure that, you know, his fist isn't in the bottom of the laces. They're going to make sure of that. Okay? So then, you know, if it won't be any controversy. There will be no fight controversy under God's hot sun. This is good stuff, y'all. This is great stuff. This is what the sport of boxing, man. If anybody unhappy about Wilder getting this third fight with Fury, then you're not a fan of boxing. You're not. Because I thought that our goal was for us to see the best fight the best. I thought that every boxing fan here, under God's hot sun, we always want to see the best fight the best. If you're upset about this fight, and if you're complaining and Wilder this and Wilder that, then something wrong with you. And then another thing, people getting on Wilder trainer. Like, okay, so what? He hired Malik Scott as his trainer. So what? You know, guys, there are a lot of people in boxing who train that they were not great fighters. I mean, people swear that Freddie Roach is a great trainer. They swear he is. Well, he wasn't a great fighter. But he turned around and, you know, he trained Manny Pacquiao for the most of his career. Okay, Freddie Roach trained Manny Pacquiao for most of his career, but they say he wasn't a great fighter. Hell, Boo Boy, who trained Manny Pacquiao now, this boy wasn't no really, really great fighter. He wasn't a fighter at all. This just a fat dude that ate up all the damn snacks in Manny Pacquiao camp. Okay, Floyd Mayweather Sr. wasn't a great fighter. He was a good fighter, a decent fighter, but he wasn't a great fighter. But look, him and his brother Roger Mayweather, they coached the best fighter in this era. Roger Mayweather, he wasn't like the best fighter in the world. He was an okay fighter. And he spent a duration working with Floyd during his career. Folks, it is what it is. You got a lot of trainers that were never great fighters, y'all, but they're great boxing minds. You have a lot like Nazim Richardson. I don't even think Nazim Richardson boxed at all. Like Nazim Richardson went to the clubs, man, went to the damn, the athletic league clubs. And he got his information and knowledge out of those clubs. That's where he started at. Nazim Richardson wasn't even a fighter, to my recollection. Now, if I'm wrong in the comment, if I'm wrong, I know you boxing minds out there, you're gonna correct me, which that's okay. But from my recollection, I don't remember Nazim Richardson being a fighter, but he was a great boxing mind. And RIP to the great Nazim Richardson. He was an incredible boxing mind. So I think we need to get off this whole thing. Why he knocked out Malik Scott. So what? If Malik Scott understands the sport, Malik Scott is a boxing mind. He knows the sport of boxing. It's just that when he fought Wilder, his body couldn't do what his brain wanted him to do. I mean, Malik Scott, that guy, come on, he was already past his prime. When Wilder knocked him out, he was already past his prime. I see Wilder mid-work looking a whole lot better. I see it looking 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. I mean, he's a little bit more fluid. He's much, much more fluid than what he used to be, y'all. He's much fluid. And I think that this is going to help. I think we're going to see a different Deontay Wilder. I think we're going to see it. But, I guess if we criticize and condemn everything that the man do, hell, at least he want to get back in there with Fury. At least he want to get in there to make the best fight the best. At least that's his whole goal. I mean, come on. I'm not knocking Wilder. You can say, well, Wilder sucks. Look, man, you got a guy, bronze medalist in the Olympics. Okay? No boxing for him, according to y'all aspects. Like, he can't box. This man knocks Tyson Fury down twice. The best technical heavyweight boxer in the game right now, Tyson Fury. Dropped him twice. Come on, man. What Deontay Wilder lacks in skill, he definitely got it in emotion, passion, and heart. What Deontay Wilder lacks in skill, he definitely has it in emotion, passion, and heart. It's there. I mean, Deontay Wilder's will, it's crazy. He got a crazy will. This man has the will to fight to the death, and that's what he does. He's had his will just take him to the next level. That's Deontay Wilder. That's who he is. That's who he is. So salute to Deontay Wilder for getting it done. Hopefully the fight get made. Now, Deontay Wilder winning the arbitration is not ironclad, okay? Still, Tyson Fury just may decide, hey, I don't want to fight him again. But they're going to have to pay Deontay Wilder, an ass load of money. They're going to have to pay him an ass load of money to actually, get this fight done. Or to not fight him. They're going to have to pay. And, Deontay Wilder has already indicated he don't want any step-aside money. He want to get that work with Tyson Fury.